My name is Clayton Ruebensaal. I work at American Express running global brand management and marketing integration. Since the beginning of commerce, since men were rolling into markets like this one, the Javits Center, to sell their newest marmalade or wine or designer couch, that something like word of mouth we all understand to be incredibly powerful, but it also represents one of the hardest things to measure in the market. So, it's incumbent upon us to really do a lot of work to understand how does that impact and how can we bring that back to our business partners inside the company in a way that's digestible and make them understand why is it so important to make a big investment, as big a strategic rationale for what we're doing in that space as we are around online advertising, search, and other things that right now most of corporate America can see immediate ROI and value attached to. Now, when you talk about that obligation, the obligation used to be, I'm going to tell you that Apple is about think different. And one day later, you'll go down to your computer and hopefully feel creative, do something creative. Now that gap has been narrowed to a point where, if you want to think of it as an obligation, the obligation is towards utility and transparency. That right now, because I can go online and look you up and know exactly what a broad swath of people think about you, I can develop my own very informed opinions very quickly about your brand, your company, your products, that the opportunity for businesses is to make sure that those two things are much closer aligned. And I think that's what you're seeing with a lot of modern brands. The opportunity is actually in how we work together. And so when we, as marketers, did our jobs of gathering insights and positioning our brands and creating messages for the world, that tended to happen in an isolated work stream. What needs to happen now is those same insights and positioning and the ideas that brought our great marketing to life need to come into the beginning of the process and be partnered with the people that are actually running the business, people who are in charge of operations, people who are in charge of sales, so that that truth begins at the beginning. Because if it didn't exist there, then it's very difficult to do later. It's very difficult to say, hey, you know what? We developed this new card because we saw this great opportunity to make money, but we didn't think through why do people want it, why would they care about it, how does it align to our values at the beginning of the process. Then it's near impossible to tie those together at the end.